662,603, 662,604, and 662,605. Finished! It may have taken me over a week of scrubbing and dusting and burning, but I finally have the theater exactly how I like it. What?
Greetings, American. I am Dan from TYTD Reviews. I have travelled from the mythical PAL dimension of England, having heard of your wonderful theatre. I bring gifts.
Whoa. Look, I'm all for strange British guys showing up on a whim bearing gifts, but you could have at least let me know you were gonna phase through my roof.
Oh, crikey,
Apologies. I realise my entrance may have been a little, bombastic.
Yeah, a little. Hey, are those guys riding out there?
Maybe rioting, raving. It's basically all just flailing, isn't it?
This is 2018's White Glove Massive.
I'm feeling fat and sassy, let's rock. Important thing to bear in mind through this film is that it is set in the 90s, so, prepare to break out your pocket rockers and, download the latest episode of Beavis and Butthead in prep for this.
Alright, that's my favorite way to go. Hey, I wonder if that guy's wearing a high visibility jacket, I can't tell.
It caught me off guard the first time. I believe he is.
Yeah, it's subtle, it really is subtle.
One of the things I love about this film is the director's attention to creating a clear, sharp vision.
Oh, totally so.
Nothing is spared with White Glove Massive. You get such nice cinematography as this.
And I wonder if those are the white gloves featured in the title of White Glove Massive.
But I see them wearing white socks as well, so shouldn't it be White Sock Massive?
I mean, maybe. They're also wearing white shirts, though, too.
White Shirt Massive.
What about the white handkerchiefs? Do those count into anything?
I believe that is a signifier that they are down to party.
Right.
Everybody has to wear handkerchiefs, sort of various areas of the body. Different areas mean different things.
Right.
For example, if it's tied around your head, it means you're a gang member. If it's around your waist, it means that you're good to go to McDonald's afterwards. And if it's in your shoe, well, we're not entirely sure what that means, but we're trying to figure it out. We've got our best scientists on the case. And we're about to enter the most pointless scene in cinema history. This means nothing for the rest of the film. This just happens and then is never brought up or mentioned again.
You know what? There was a couple of those scenes in Shark Exorcist too. Ooh, the lovely R on the pants. I remember that style. It was a classic look then and now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, flat caps in England in the 90s. Classic look.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the rave scene.
Oh, totally. Were they panty droppers then, like they are now?
Total panty droppers. We're talking panty droppers, trousers droppers, t-shirt droppers, everything was dropping.
So you saw a flat cap and everything just fell off simultaneously?
Yes, and if you had a Yorkshire accent, all the better.
All right, good to know the combination is there. This room is so yellow, what the hell's with that?
Somebody didn't white balance.
Oh.
It's highly radioactive. Our schools are largely built out of polonium, so...
Well, as long as they're consistent, I mean, that's really the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, was it the Netflix series, the Amazon series, Chernobyl, was predominantly shot in a primary school purely to recreate the accuracy of radiation sickness, so...
I remember being a kid and sitting outside on random speakers that were just placed around my house.
Yeah, now the big question is, were you lucky enough to have them plugged in?
No, unfortunately not. One day we will return to speakers, but it's a matter of time.
Yeah, for now it's all this Bluetooth malarkey, and I can't get behind that. What's wrong with just, running the risk of an electrical fire? Because you've got to bear in mind, in Britain it rains 362 days a year, so taking high-quality electrical equipment outside is basically, you're going to ruin your electrical equipment more than anything else. So.
I mean, what's the point of electrical equipment if you can't ruin it? Alright, so what are the odds that they just randomly showed up to this party with a floodlight of a camera and just started filming people without consent?
Oh, I reckon the odds are approaching 110%.
Ah, so there is a chance.
I reckon that dial is flying up. Any of the various drug dealings you were seeing going on here are probably very legitimate, but,
Also, it was oregano then. Well, that's good to know that they were at least trying for legitimacy.
Yes. They were Italian smokers, I knew it. And the one thing I love about this house party more than anything else is just how they've chosen to go for that minimalist look of not dressing their set at all.
Yeah. Well, they want to make a statement about 90s capitalism.
Yeah.
By, doing the opposite.
I mean, that clock on the wall there was actually in the school scene. That was the entire budget.
It doesn't even... Yeah, it looks like such a real clock, too. Like, I would genuinely look at that clock and say, you know what? They cast that clock to be a clock. And that's the hardest thing to do.
When we were auditioning for White Glove Massive, we accidentally auditioned 200 clocks in simultaneous order. We settled on this one because we thought it was the best for the role. It had the range. It simply had the range.
Hey, look! We're in Fast and Furious.
Oh, brilliant. It's Fast and the Furious 65. Whoa, I'm fast.
It's still about family, but they've been to outer space, they've been to the multiverse. Now they're bringing it back to a more realistic tale about lizard people.
I love it. And I think that they've got the appropriate budget to pull that off. That hat is radioactive as well, quite frankly. I have never seen something that blue in my life. That would be like poison frog colour. That thing will kill you if you touch it.
Hey, Dan, are those your knickers hanging out on that line back there?
No, but one bit I do love about this film is if you look in the background there, they've got like a children's trampoline, and the kids were clearly on the trampoline and wouldn't move, so they blurred it. Oh, and this is the best porn store in history.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I can't take your TV. Best I can do is give you 2 Bart Simpson dolls and a copy of Aqua's Barbie Girl single. Be lucky. I like to think this was the film that Trainspotting could have been.
Oh, yeah, I could totally see that. I was going to say that they passed ludicrous speed and went to straight orange.
Yes. Oh, that's some fantastic We're Losing on the Horses acting right there.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's not often you see really well done white hair.
Yeah, it's very well crafted, very lovingly put together.
They really put a lot of thought into that wig because it matched his vest.
Do you reckon that was a last-minute on-set decision? They were like, nah, mate, the wig's not believable, it's not believable, the film's going to look rubbish. Well, we'll get him a white vest. God damn it, you saved this film.
So do you ever have it where, everything suddenly goes from color to black and white?
Yeah, the doctors told me that I shouldn't keep sticking things up my nose, but I don't trust them, so I just keep doing it anyway. These bobbies are doing the service proud here by clearly looking like policemen and not just 2 blokes in hoodies. The directors chose to go for a more complex plotline by not giving these police officers uniforms or badges or any form of police identification. No, they are secret undercover plainclothes policemen. I
know, and something that you don't notice offhandedly, you really have to watch the movie to get that detail.
Yeah. I mean, this is now my 4th watch of this film, and I'll be honest with you, it was only on the 3rd watch that I realised, oh wow, those policemen are plainclothed. And one of the things I really love about the cinematography that's gone into this is that none of the shots are white balanced for anything going on within that room. So sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's white, sometimes it's orange. You never know what you're going to get, and I think that helps keep the audience on their toes.
Oh, 100%. I mean, that is all you can really ask for in modern cinema. I mean, you could go the Marvel effect where everything kind of looks the same, but why would you want to do that when you could do this?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, this is one of the greatest acts in filmmaking history. I love this sequence.
It is intense. I mean, I could feel that slap.
Just that face, I'm sorry. I love the fact they did a little zoom in as well. It's just like, he's supposed to look scared, but he just looks confused. He's just like, this isn't in the script, what's happening? Ah, now here's a rare sight. The last mullet in Britain. It was bred in captivity. It did come down with a briefcase of hockey hair briefly, but it's okay, we caught it in the nick of time, and it's now leading quite a healthy lifestyle, as you can see.
But does it use healthy products?
Oh yeah, well every morning he rubs 2 scrambled eggs into it to give it a glossy finish. He lets it out to do its business. Then he takes it for a walk around about midday. It always keeps trying to run off and join a hockey team, but unfortunately they always have to give it back. And then scientists will stare at it for about an hour just to observe it in its natural habitat. They reckon it's got about 20 years left before it becomes sort of like a bowl mullet. But for now, it's looking pretty healthy. He takes very good care of it.
Good. Well, and I'm glad it's good to know that even in captivity it is thriving. Okay, why does this kid remind me of Denny from The Room?
I can see what you mean. I can see what you mean. He's just got that vibe. And maybe he fled the country and joined a UK estate in the 90s and started huffing whatever is in that bag and being egged on to go and buy weed in a cafe.
Oh, there you go. I was going to say that Chris R. is probably on his way over to kick his ass right now, as we speak.
Would he put on a faux British accent to do so?
You know, I'm hoping that Denny is pure enough of heart where he wouldn't take on that, but, you know, he falls to temptation so easily, who knows what's going to happen. Holy shit, is Spider-Man grabbing his crotch?
You better believe he is.
The humanity.
And now we're going to the famous Canal boat scene.
Ah, I do love me a good canal boat.
Now again, Trev, just to make you aware, there may be a wig in this shot. Now it's very subtle and you might not spot it.
It's a dude with the bucket hat, right?
You rumbled me. Yeah, okay, yes, the guy with the bucket hat has got a secret wiglet on, but that's, you know, between him and God what his decisions are. I just love that he went for the emo Phillips look. You know, I mean, I don't know what was vogue in the 90s, but, you know, it's quite a striking wig to go for.
Oh, yeah.
This canal boat has everything you could possibly need. Old bananas, suntan, woman can't play guitar well, man playing chess by himself. Perfect.
All that's missing is like a waterbed, but I guess it is technically a waterbed because they're on the water.
This would not be out of place in a David Lynch film. If you graded this, just to make it look a little bit more washed out, this could very easily be a scene in, like, you know, Mulholland Drive or something where it goes a bit freaky. Inland Empire. This would be in Inland Empire quite easily, I reckon.
So I have to ask, did they go for, like, some kind of world record of trying to fill a canal boat with as many people as possible?
I believe they did. But they had to stop once they got to 40 people because it was technically a submarine by that point, so they wouldn't have got the record anyway. Why is that schoolboy playing chess on this canal boat?
Why wouldn't he be? I mean, that's more the question. Wow, do you ever feel green in a pub? Because I remember my 21st birthday, and I was definitely green in a pub.
Well, it's because they're all very slowly turning into the Incredible Hulk.
Ah!
In Britain, due to the amount of radiation from the schools and the fashion at the time, people were slowly transforming into the Hulk over a number of years.
Well, at least it was a slow transition. So how did they decide on the font for this? Like, did they go through all the fonts and go, okay, we want the one that's going to least represent what's going on in this shot?
The audition process for the font was very laboured and involved looking over 200 fonts before deciding on what we believe would be papyrus.
Ah.
It does that beautiful thing of not being very readable whilst also being incredibly small and on screen for a very short time. So it's like the perfect storm of you don't need to read this, but you kind of do. And also, this is a very exciting moment in the film.
Ooh.
This is the point where they've actually dressed the sets, and you've got writing on the walls, and they've got a nice sort of towel that they've hung in the window. This is quite sort of a development, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And we're being told about history here, too, with the earthquake of 1990.
Oh, yes, the Great Earthquake of 1990, a terrible travesty to the people of the UK.
Yeah, several drinks were spilled.
Well, the UK used to be twice the size, but the earthquake obviously took it away, and now we have chronic fights with the Mer people. So
That's fair. They can be rather bitchy, can't they?
This is all part of the Noddyland experience.
Yes. I would hope so. As is the Miss Shine Cup there on the table. I mean, of the Mr. Men, she would be the one most likely to show up at a house party like this.
Oh, you better believe it. Little Miss Sunshine was pure filth. And I have it on good authority that I know what she did with Mr. Bump.
My goodness.
I mean, you wonder why he has bandages on his lower half. I'm not going to say any more, but you wonder why. That man has never done a bong hit in his life.
I'm pretty sure not.
Oh, he's had a sip of cider, and he's had a breath out of one of the bongs, and he's gone to sleep.
How long until they draw a penis on the side of his face?
I mean, all the sex scenes are off screen, so the idea of actually drawing a penis, that'd be so naughty.
Oh, terribly so.
The question I need to ask you at this point, and we're getting there with this film now, we're well underway, is this film costs between £10 and £20 to own. Do you think that you've got your money's worth if this was towards the high end so far?
Not even a question. The caravan in the background and the red bus next to it make it worth that just for this scene alone. $18 to $30 is a pittance, compared to what I'm getting from the experience of this incredible shot.
Well, the question that this scene raises to me is, did they find the bus and decide to film the scene there? Or did they just wander around until they found that and went, yeah, that'll do?
Well, you must look deeper into this shot and the time that it was supposed to portray. I mean, they were making a massive statement on Thatcher's assault on public transport.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, the bus is behind the gates. The gates represent oppression.
Yeah.
The bus represents the hard work of the proletariat. So by putting the bus behind the gates, we're actually sending the message that the workers' rights have been restricted by the cruel Tory government of the day.
There you go.
I was going to say, that is how I passed my film degree, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, and his magic friends just left.
They teleported away to go and sell drugs to another person.
They're like the mighty Morphine Rangers.
I don't think I can top that. I'm thinking.
You're welcome.
Meanwhile, in Poundland Scarface... It's not going to get any better than that. I'm pulling that.
Well, I tapped out at Mighty Morphin Rangers, so... Oh my god. Oh man. So the harsh contrast on his face with the green light, does that go to tell you the drug addiction that he fights on a daily basis while also maintaining a drug-based empire?
Yes, you see, the green light represents jealousy, represents envy, represents a life that he cannot obtain, for he is in the land of crime and drugs and violence, and he wants to escape, but he realises he can't. He has to be the hard man for the rest of his life, and that's why they use the green light to illustrate that point.
I wonder if there's any inspiration from Gatsby in this.
Oh yeah, these filmmakers were heavily inspired by the great writers of the 20th century.
I thought so. I was catching some of those vibes.
Oh boy, tinfoil.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They've got smoker's toothpaste in it as well. That's not drugs. That is Arm & Hammer smoker's toothpaste.
You know, I do love how they seamlessly blended like the stock footage with the footage that they shot live. I mean, that's incredible. What are the odds?
Oh yeah, it's perfectly seamless. As you can probably have seen, you may have noticed a couple of very light cuts as we jumped from broadcast television taped off of VHS footage of riots to 2018 DSLR footage. But it's very subtle.
Oh
very
yeah,
subtle.
100%.
You wouldn't know.
I certainly wouldn't have guessed.
Do you want to know the weirdest part about this film?
What's that?
And that's saying something. This film was available on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K.
Wow.
Which is mind-blowing in and of itself, right? Mm-hmm. The weirdest part about this film is the only footage online of it currently is a trailer that was uploaded by the filmmakers in 8K, and you can't buy the film in 8K. Why did they do that?
I don't know. They were looking ahead. Look at the room with Tommy Wiseau. He was shooting in HD before HD was really honestly an industry standard thing.
So when the first Ultra HD 8K players start rolling off the line, you'll be safe in the knowledge that White Glove Massive will be there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or at least the trailer for it. We can't say the actual movie will be.
I love the fact that this man's psychiatric acting is to basically do Gumby from Monty Python. He sort of just puts both his hands on his head and goes, "My brain hurts," until...
So is the hooded fuzzy robe this generation's Gumby's handkerchief on the head?
Yes.
That's good to know.
If they're not wearing that robe, you know they're a fake Gumby and you can send them to the incinerator legally. And claim a £10 reward from the Queen.
Good.
Oh, now, this is one of my favourite scenes in this film. Basically, they let the work experience work on the edit for a couple of days.
Oh, no.
And just told him to fuck around with the footage and see what they could do. Triv, as an editor, you may wince at this. Because basically it's somebody larking about on photo booth for about 10 minutes.
Oh, shit. We are completely fucked, aren't we?
Yeah, this isn't going to end well.
Oof. I'm already breaking out in hives. How bad is that?
My editor's gout has come back almost immediately.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I can now see how it is possible to trip balls without tripping balls.
It's a contact high. You watch this film and it just takes you.
Yeah, I would agree with that thought. You know what this feels like is a poor man's take on a Weird Al music video.
Yeah, I'm getting real Dare to Be Stupid vibes off this thing. Oh my god, he's got googly eyes.
I feel like whoever edited this like went down the preset transitions and said, oh, this will work and we'll do this and then we'll do 2 of these and we'll do 4 of those and ooh, a star wipe.
And you know that the director came in and said, okay, Gavin, you've been working with us now for a week. You're 16 years old. You're an editor. What have you got for us? And as they watched the rushes through, I imagine the director was stood over his shoulder going, amazing.
Yes.
Simply amazing. You've done it.
Yeah, he had 1 tear come down his face because it was so beautiful.
It's okay, Gavin. You can go home early today. I need to be alone. Oh, yeah, so now we're introduced to the nonce barrister. His plotline is that he is a barrister and he is also a nonce. That is literally brought in 10 minutes off the end of the film.
Well, the deep philosophical roots in that particular storyline.
Very fetching tie.
Oh, yeah, really pulls the outfit together. It's like the rug from The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think without the tie, you would go off too much of a Lothario vibe.
Yeah, agreed. Now, we have gotten one nice change in this space. The room is actually dressed.
Wow. This is, I don't know what to say. I feel out of my depth. I mean, I'm really grateful they managed to get the English version of Angus Scrimm in from Phantasm to play the nonce barrister.
Oh my god, you're right.
Can you imagine him in actual Phantasm? You know, the kid comes running and he's just like, hello, I will kill you with my orbs.
So now the barrister's wig that he's got here, did they just restyle that to be the white wig that we saw at the pawn shop earlier?
Oh, shit, I didn't think about that, but actually now that you mention it, it does not surprise me. They just have to comb it out. Please stop. I feel like Tom Atkins at the end of Halloween 3. Stop it, turn it off, stop. You are charged with assholism. The punishment is death.
Yes, by pool.
Oh no, not by pool. Not by pool. I'll be moderately damp.
And God forbid you cannot swim.
Be positively soaking. Made my wig fly everywhere as I live and breathe. Why is the green light still there?
I don't know.
What's the point? You can't even really... Are they implying the sun is green?
Yes.
Why have they left the box light for one of the light stands in the background of that shot? Why is the green screen behind the sofa? Why is the telly covered with a towel? There's clearly a flat screen telly there with a towel over it.
These and more are things that we are not meant to know yet.
On the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. I reckon the mullet could take Goku in a fight easy.
Oh, totally so. I mean, and that's without power-ups.
I wonder what those VHS tapes are. I can see Austin Powers.
All right.
Which, again, it was not made in 1990. Continuity's fucked. Right, the film's over. We're stopping it here.
Hey, but we saw a VCR, right? That takes care of it.
Oh, do you remember Poundland Tony Montana?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crazy now, and his friend tried to hang himself.
Oh, nice. And they hung him properly, too.
Yeah, basically. And what I love is the fact that they try to get us to remember Poundland Tony Montana, who basically had the one scene, and that was it.
Hey, maybe you don't remember him, but he will stick with me as long as I live, and his death is frankly haunting.
Like we're supposed to go, no, not that guy from that bit in that thing.
He was such a good character. His drug dealing will go down in history.
I also tremendously dislike that they had police outfits and they just chose not to use them through this film.
And they look more official than the ones in Suburban Sasquatch.
Yeah, they do. You know, these look like proper bobbies on the beat, apart from the fact that they've got like a 5 o'clock shadow each. Ah! Oh, what a plot twist! Didn't see that coming.
Whoa, serious?
£50,000 on the bingo.
Oh man, and they expected foul play. Sorry, that was terrible.
Do you want to know the scary part of this film?
Do I need to be sitting?
Yeah, you probably do.
Okay.
It has deleted scenes.
You're kidding.
No, there's at least 3 scenes that are in the 8K trailer you can find on YouTube that aren't in the finished film.
Oh wow, it's really heating up.
Yeah, it started to die down a bit, but when I nipped to the loo during the intermission, I found these weird giant ant things. Friendly little sods, but they don't half bite. Anyway, I thought they'd help take care of the problem, but they actually seem to have made things quite a bit worse.
Why'd you release the things, demons? Do you know how long it took me to wrangle them from the air ducts?
My sincerest apologies. And with that, my job here, I think, is done. Thanks for having me. If I ever find any more trash, I'll be sure to send it your way.
Aren't you gonna take your friends with you? They destroyed the donut shop, the all-night laundromat, and they just keep shouting, "This is the rhythm of the night," over and over.
Take them? But they're my gift to you for having me.
Well, I certainly don't want them.
Sorry, no takesies backsies. Wish I could help. Gotta go now. Places to be, realities to colonize. Don't call me, I'll call you. Bye.
Ah, fuck it. If you can't beat them, join them. Special thanks to Dan from TYTD Reviews for joining me. In addition to being British, he lovingly reviews a wide range of obscure movies. You'll find his links in the description below. So what do you think? Suggestions for movies, trivial questions, comments, ratings, and some lawn speakers of my very own would be appreciated. Thank you so very much for watching.